Hello Wanderlust Hearts and welcome back to Wanderlust Keva. So you already booked your Carnival cruise and not sure what to do at the ports. Today we're going to talk about excursions and what to do, what not to do, and what's the best choice for your vibe. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Keva and I love to travel. And cruises is my favorite types of travel, particularly with Carnival Cruise Line. And I give lots of tips for first-time cruisers to make their sailing smooth. That way they can enjoy it to the uttermost. So if you're a first-time cruiser or you're first time cruising with Carnival and you want to get lots of information, tips, reviews, and so much more, then stick around and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Click the notification bell so that you can get updates when I post new videos. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section and I will answer them to the best of my abilities. And let's get right into the topic today for excursions and what you need to know before you go. Now let's just break down what's an excursion for those that might not know. So an excursion is basically a short trip that you take at a particular destination to get some experience or for some pleasure or maybe educational purposes. And there's many different types of excursions that you can do. Now on a cruise, excursions would be called more of a shore excursion because you're already on a cruise and you are coming off of the boat to go on shore and experience the different ports that your cruise has stopped to. So basically, shore excursions are activities that are planned for the persons that are on the cruise that are coming off to experience the different ports that they stop to. Now you can book your shore excursions within the particular cruise line. In this case it's Carnival Cruise Line, or you can actually book direct with the locals of whatever port you're at. Now a lot of people prefer to do shore excursions while they're on a cruise so that they can experience the culture and have different activities when their ship stops to that particular destination or that port, rather than just wandering on their own. Now while you can wander on your own, I highly recommend you actually pre-booking your excursions for the best experience. Now on Carnival's website, you're actually able to see all the excursions that are available through Carnival. Now the difference between booking an excursion with Carnival or independently is Carnival has an app that you actually go and you search and you look for excursions that you like and you actually book them online there, versus independently you would have to book through other apps other than Carnival, or you go at the port and you actually book to the different vendors that are actually in the port. So I'm just going to go through some of the pros and the cons of booking with Carnival and then some of the pros and cons of booking independently. So some of the pros with booking with Carnival would be you have guaranteed ship returns. So that just means that if any delays or anything like that was to happen, that you are guaranteed that the ship will wait on you and you won't get left. The next pro would be convenience. So once you book your excursion with Carnival, then you're guaranteed to have reliable transportation and you don't have to worry about how you're going to get there or where to go to get there, because you'll have reliable transportation, as well as it being well organized, as well as tour guides and any other logistics will be handled with Carnival. You just need to show up. And another thing would be that Carnival only books with reliable tour operators, so you don't have to worry about being scammed or anything like that. Now the cons with booking with Carnival is most likely your prices are going to be a bit higher than if you were to book independently. Another thing may be that there may be bigger groups, so it may be a bit more crowded and there may be less flexibility, so you have to do basically what is allocated for that group on that particular excursion. Now the pros with booking your excursion independently would be that your prices may be a lot less than if you were to book with Carnival, because sometimes you're even able to bargain with the local tour operators at the port if it's last minute and they have a few left over or whatever the case may be. Also, you would have more flexibility, or sometimes you may even be able to customize your excursion. Now, some of the cons with booking independently can be that there's no guarantee on returns. So basically, if you happen to have some unforeseen circumstances come up, you can possibly get left if you don't reach back to the cruise ship in time. And another thing would be that now you have more responsibility with planning that excursion, because unlike when you're booking through Carnival, everything would be planned and organized for you. But on the flip end, now if you're booking it independently, you have to confirm that you're going to be back in time. You have to make sure that your time lines up with the time that you have to be back on the cruise. You have to make sure that you have proper transportation. You have to do a lot more research on that particular excursion. You have to make sure that you have the map of the port or are able to find where the meeting point is once you get off the ship. And then you have to make sure that you're actually booking with reputable operators. That way you don't get scammed or anything of that sort. Now, the next thing you have to worry about is actually choosing the right excursion. And this really depends on everyone's personal preference and personalities. So basically, depending on what type of person you are, that is the type of excursion that you want to go with. So if you know you're adventurous and you love to do things more hands-on or more thrilling or daring, then you're like me, wanderlust, and you would want to do an excursion like ATV or zip lining. Those are more adventurous tours that you should go on. Now, if you're more of a laid-back person, then you probably want to do something where you can just chill out and relax and just enjoy the atmosphere. So you probably want to do an excursion where it's like a beach day, or you can actually go on a catamaran cruise or something of that sort. Now, if you're more of a cultural person, and I'm also a cultural person even though I'm adventurous, because I like to try new things and meet new people and experience the culture of whatever new destination I go at. So some of the things that you would want to do would be city tours or like food tasting. That way you get to experience the cultures more better. Now, if you want to do something that is more kid-friendly, then I recommend you do something like a water park or animal encounters, where you can actually go and take the kids to those types of stuff. If you want to do more of a water excursion, then you can do stuff like snorkeling, surfing, kayaking, or jet skis. Those are perfect for persons that want to be out to the sea or water excursions. Now, some of my personal tips that I would give when going on an excursion, especially for first-time cruisers, is to make sure and find out these important things. So first of all, you want to find out where is it that you're going. Is it going to be outdoor or indoor? That way you know whether it's going to be hot if you're on a Caribbean cruise. If you're actually going like on an Alaskan cruise, then you know you want to bundle up and you want to be prepared to make sure you're warm. So you want to be able to know where you're going, how the weather is normally around that time of year. That way you'll be more prepared on bringing the items or the clothing that you would need in order to go on that particular excursion. And another thing you need to know is what to bring with you, because depending on the excursion, they may tell you you have to bring your own snorkel gear, or you may need a towel, or you want to make sure bring swimsuit if you're going to go somewhere that you're going to get wet. And also, if you're outdoor in the sun, you want to make sure bring some sunscreen or even some water shoes. So those things are really important to know, so that you'll be well prepared and you don't have to purchase things that you may already have, whether it's on the ship or you may have to purchase it at the port or whatnot. You would already have these things purchased and brought with you when you're going on the excursion. So this is the reason why I like to plan in advance, so that I can have all these things with me, because I like to actually dress the part of whatever it is that I'm going and be well prepared. Now, if this is your first cruise, another thing that you would need to know is once you're leaving the ship and to get back on the ship, you would actually need your sailing sign card. So you want to make sure carry those with you. If you're traveling with kids, you want to make sure have those in your possession. That way they don't lose it or anything like that, because they will need those to check you out and check you back in when you get back on the ship. And at certain ports, they actually ask for your photo IDs. So you may need to know that as well, depending on which port you're going to. And another thing that you want to take note of, and this is really important, probably more important than anything else I may have mentioned. You definitely want to be on time getting back on the ship. So time management is really crucial and really important. There are persons that actually got left at certain ports because they took that for granted. So you want to make sure and find out before you leave the ship what time you have to be back on the ship. And you probably want to give yourself the hour before that time, just in case something happens. You still have an hour or a little room to play with, just in case something happens and you may be running a little bit late. But definitely you don't want to take that lightly, because if you happen to miss the ship, then you're actually responsible for your own travels, whether to get back to the next port. Now, if you're a person that don't want to spend any monies and you just want to experience whatever it is right on the port, then most ports actually have activities and shopping areas and maybe even beaches nearby that you can actually walk to that is free. Some may be just for a small fee just to enter, but for the most part, there are a lot of stuff that you can do right at the port. You can eat there, or to go back home. You can shop. Like I said, they may have activities. They may have persons that are performing, like doing dancing or singing, and you can actually enjoy yourself right at the port. So no need to worry. You don't have to do an excursion if you don't want to. It's definitely optional. Or maybe even you may want to customize your own little tour or excursion. There are actually taxis and shuttles that may be right at the port. In most cases, they are right at the port, and you can actually go and just let them know that, hey, I heard that this place is nice. I just want you to take me directly there, versus you doing a full tour of seeing things that you don't want to see. And you can actually customize your own trip. So that is also another option that you can take into consideration. Now, if you found this video helpful in any way or form, don't forget to like this video, leave us a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel. That way you will get notified when we post any new content like this one. And please share this video with anyone that you know may be going on their first cruise, or with persons that may still be deciding which excursion is best for them to book. And last but not least, let us know in the comment section what is your favorite type of excursion, or what is your favorite port that you like to go to. And if this is your first time, let us know which port you're most excited about. If you have any other tips that I may have forgotten in this video, leave them in the comment section. We'd love to hear them. But I would leave a playlist right here for you to look at, where we give lots of tips, reviews, and lots of information for first-time cruisers for you to take a look at. But see you until next time. Bye!